How to take care of molly fry.
Whether you are getting your fry from a pet shop or have a female molly fish that is ready to give birth, it is important to ensure that you have the right setup for your molly fry as soon as they arrive.
Part 1. Equipping a nursery tank.
Step 1. Find a large enough tank. Look for a tank between 5 and 20 gallons to raise your fry. If you intend to keep the mother molly in with the fry, have multiple broods going into the same tank. Or if you have a large brood, opt for a larger tank. Generally, for broods without their mother, a 10-gallon tank will be sufficient. If your fry are going to be live-born, make sure you have the nursery tank ready before the mother gives birth. Step 2. Set up filtration. Filtration is important in any tank, but especially for your fry. Set up a simple foam filter or other appropriate filtration for the size of your tank. If you do not use a foam or mesh-covered filter, find an attachment or fitting from your local aquarium store to make the tank fry safe. Step 3. Add plants to your tank. You may use artificial plants or live plants, but it is important to plant your tank before the fry arrive. This provides cover for the fry in their early days and acts similar to a breeding trap. Look for a mixture of broad-leafed plants such as Java ferns as well as grasses. Float some of the plants so that the newborns have an area near the surface to hide immediately after being born. Step 4. Heat the tank. Since mollies are tropical fish, they are going to need to be in water that approximates a tropical climate. Keep your water between 72 and 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 to 28 C, using an aquarium heater. Estimate needing around 5 watts from your heater for every gallon of water in your aquarium. Talk with a specialist at your local aquarium store to get the right heater for your setup. Use an aquarium thermometer to monitor the temperature of your tank and ensure it is consistent. Step 5. Find a breeding trap.
If you truly cannot equip a breeding tank, a mesh breeding trap may be a reasonable alternative. You can buy one of these mesh boxes meant to protect small fish from your local aquarium store or pet shop. Hang it along the side of your regular aquarium. Rinse the mesh in warm, fresh water before hanging it in order to ensure it is as clean as possible for the fry. Keep in mind that fry will quickly outgrow the mesh and may still need a larger tank separate from other adult fish before they are ready to be introduced into your larger aquarium. Part 2. Introducing your fry.
Step 1. Move the mother. If your fry will come from a live bearer, move the mother before she gives birth. You will know when a female molly is preparing to give birth by watching the swell of her abdomen as well as by observing the spots near her anal fin, which will darken as the delivery date nears. Adults, especially males, may feed on newborn fry, so it is imperative to move the mother into the nursery tank before the fry are born. Step 2. Bring your molly fry home. If you are getting your fry from a store, breeder, or another molly fish enthusiast, be prepared to pick them up quickly after birth. Make sure the fry are sealed in a plastic bag with warm water and room enough for the fry to move around. Try to get your fry home as fast as possible. You want to minimize the amount of stress on your fry, so avoid taking long routes home or stopping while you still have the fry in transit. Step 3. Acclimate the fry. If you are getting your fry from elsewhere, set aside around 15 minutes to acclimate your fry. Allow the bag holding the fry to float in your nursery tank for at least 15 minutes in order to slowly bring the water temperature in the bag up to the temperature in the tank. Introducing your fry into your tank without acclimating them may shock their system and lead to some of the fry dying off. Step 4. Let the fry out. Once the set period has passed, introduce the fry to the tank by gently opening the plastic bag and allowing the fry to swim out. Do not dump the bag into the water, and do not squeeze the fry to get them out. If you are using a breeding trap, you may want to hold the trap right at the surface of the water and gently allow the water to flow out of the plastic bag in order to prevent any fry from escaping into the larger aquarium. Step 5. Watch the fry. Observe the fry after they are introduced into the nursery aquarium. Make sure they are all moving and hiding. If any of the fry did not survive birth or the journey home, use a net to quickly remove them from the aquarium. Observe the mother to make sure she is not acting aggressively toward the newly hatched fry. If they are in the same tank, if so, move the mother back into your regular aquarium. Part 3. Raising your fry. Step 1. Feed the fry. Right after the fry are born or are introduced into the tank, feed them. Your local aquarium shop might have food made especially for fry. Otherwise, you can use bay brine shrimp or a high-quality flake food that is ground into a powder. Regular flake food may be too large for the fry to handle. Use a coffee grinder or a mortar and pestle to grind up your regular fish food into a powder that is more manageable for the fry. Keep to a regular feeding schedule. Feed your fry small amounts of food, about a pinch at a time, several times a day. To make it easy, feed the fry immediately before or after you eat. Step 2. Change the water. Even with a filter, do you want to change the water regularly to ensure the health of your fry? Try to use some water from your standard aquarium when you change out the fry's water in order to acclimate them to their eventual home. Look to change about 20% of the tank's water every day. That means that if you have a 10-gallon aquarium, you want to take 2 gallons a day out and replace them with 2 gallons of water from your regular aquarium.
Part 4. Moving your fry.
Step 1. Find a breeding trap. Use a breeder trap to acclimate your fry a few at a time to your normal tank. Purchase a breeding trap if you do not have one already, and set it up on the side of the tank to which you want to move the fry. Step 2. Transfer the fry. Transfer the fry a few at a time to the breeding trap. If your 2 tanks are located next to one another, you may be able to do this using a standard aquarium net. If the tanks are further apart, you may want to place the fry in a large bowl or bucket filled with water from the nursery aquarium to carry them to their new tank. Do not overcrowd the breeding trap. Make sure the fry have enough room to swim around comfortably while you transfer them. Do a few at a time so that you do not crowd the trap.
With all these tips you can catch or balloon molly or any other molly fishes. And don't forget to subscribe my channel Care Any Fish.